guys, come on board with me and check out my ocean room stateroom on Symphony of the Seas. So this type of ship belongs to the Oasis class, which is going to be, bigger in size than say an Independence of the Seas, which is a Freedom class type of a cruise ship. So you guys, this was my second cruise with Royal Caribbean, and I love their services. I love, how they do things. So I guess I am loyal to Royal. So you guys, my first cruise was with Independence of the Seas, which is a much older ship but still well maintained. And because it was my first, it was it's always going to be near and dear to me. And it was my home at sea for 5 days. So as you can see, I prefer Oceanview Staterooms for cruising. And this is because, obviously I want to enjoy the views. I want to let light stream in. And, ocean view staterooms are going to be usually located on the third and fourth decks of the ship, most ships, just because of, the way it's designed. And, even when you look from the outside, you can see that the balconies are like on higher levels. So before I started sailing, people recommended on the internet that if you want to avoid seasickness, maybe stay on the lower decks, and that's what I have done. That's where I have experienced, less nausea, and so this is just where I find myself being. So you guys, if you are someone who wants to not get seasick, then maybe ocean view staterooms is what you're looking for. So anyway, let's talk about the room and the design. So as you can see, this is going to be more spacious. The window is massive, so huge, bigger than Independence of the Seas. And yeah, you're going to just feel like the everything is just a bit bigger. Even the bathroom, there's a sofa that you can put your stuff on. There's so many cabinets and drawers, and mirrors. The bathroom is compact size. It's going to have everything you need, but it's not big. So, but obviously you don't want to have a bathtub in a I wouldn't be comfortable knowing that people could run water in a tub. So I'm just glad that it's all showers, you guys. So yeah, these rooms are going to be much bigger. You can have the beds joined together, or you can separate them. It's up to you and what you are looking for. So these rooms are built for 3 people max, in my opinion, just from how I see. And as I was walking back and forth, I saw some rooms had like a double decker, for like so that you can have 3 people in it. Any more than that, and people will be on top of each other. Okay, so why would you choose an ocean view stateroom? So for me, it's all about the view. Obviously, I want to wake up to a full view of the sea. You get natural light and a constant reminder that you are truly cruising, not just staying in a floating hotel. So obviously, I took this cruise to change my view, to boost my mood, and that's what I will be getting, watching the waves, the sunrise, and the occasional storms. Oh, okay, you guys, don't be afraid. There was no storm. The captain usually is aware of where the weather is going to be tricky, and they do everything they can to make sure that they avoid any storms. So obviously, this is like free therapy included in your cruise fare. You guys, ocean view staterooms are going to be more budget friendly than balcony staterooms. And I just feel like balcony staterooms are best for couples or adults. I don't feel or think that kids should be on there. I just feel like you're not going to have a wonderful cruise if you're in the bathroom taking a shower. Your kid could potentially just go out there and jump out. Like, this is not something I recommend for people with kids. And And so, yeah, another thing, you guys, is if you know you feel claustrophobic, you guys, do you remember when in the movie Titanic, when Jack was chained in the lower decks, in the basement of the ship, because of that necklace that he was, he was accused wrongly of stealing when he didn't. But anyway, you guys remember when the ship was going down and he was at the basement chained? The level of claustrophobia and anxiety that I feel when I remember that scene, I couldn't do an interior cabin, you guys. Like I feel like someone is pressing on my head. I just can't do it. So anyway, yeah. So if you also, Oceanview staterooms are going to be a good idea if you're going to be, on a longer cruise, like a 7, 8, 9 day cruise. If you're going to be on like a, 2 day cruise, maybe interior staterooms would work. But again, depending on how you deal with claustrophobia, because I couldn't do it even for 2 minutes. And that's it, you guys. That was, my experience with Ocean View Staterooms on Symphony of the Seas and Independence. Bye.